everybody? Welcome back to LDL's Boxing. We back with another one. We're gonna do a fight recap from last week. Got some news and notes to go over, and of course, feel free to ask any questions. Y'all know how we get down. Anything, all boxing. We're gonna get to it though. I want to salute everybody coming through the building for sure. Make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe. You can follow me on my social media, scrolling across the bottom. Feel free to tap in with the website as well. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get to it. Y'all know how we get down. Salute to everybody coming through the building. My man, Gregory Carmichael. What's good with you, bro? Salute. TJ in the building. Salute to you. What's going on? Salute. Man, CIP Bud, Sip Bud. What's good with you, bro? I see you in the comments, man. I appreciate you coming through, bro. Salute to you. Appreciate you. Hey, maybe. You know what I'm saying? Maybe. We'll see. I will, I don't know. Let's see how Matchroom and PBC work together. But I don't know. We'll see. My man JC in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute to you. So we're going to do a recap, man, of last week's fight. We had an interesting fight week. The schedule started to pick up. We just entered the month of February, so things are getting good. Bruce Gas in the building was good. Salute. So do a little recap. We had the Pro Box card, January the 31st, man. This is a solid card. Michael Gammer had a tough fight. He's an up-and-coming prospect. He's managed by Jamel Herring, former world champion. So he went the 6th round distance, got the decision. Romero Duno versus Antonio Moran. Moran stopped him with a left hook. He dropped him in the before the knockout. He dropped him with a nice left hook to the body. That shit was nice. And he came back up, switched it up, and threw a left hook up top to stop him. So that's a good win for Moran, who was at the top level. He more so like an opponent, gatekeeper type of guy. We know that's the last fighter that Devin Haney knocked out in 2019. But he been in there with everybody. Pedraza, Jermaine Ortiz. I thought he had a good performance in that one. So Moran, he can get back in the mix at 140 or 35 to maybe get another fight with up-and-coming guy. Co-main event, Christopher Pearson versus Trevor McCombie. This one has some drama into it. McCombie was the bigger, stronger guy. He took it straight to Pearson, but he got clipped with a right hook and hurt him. But Pearson couldn't capitalize on that. He got all work for the duration of the fight. And McCombie stays undefeated. He's 28-0. You know what I'm saying? From Arizona. So he can fit in line with some of the super middleweights, because you got guys like Christian and Billy that stays active. Maybe that's the type of opponent he bring up there to Canada. Eric Bayanza. These guys got high world rankings, and they probably ain't gonna fight each other, and they probably ain't gonna get a world title fight. So maybe McCombie fits in right there at super middleweight. So we'll see. And then the main event, Angelo Leo versus Mike Plania. I mean, look, what more can I say about Angelo Leo? This is a good fight. It was tricky to start because Mike Plania is explosive. He got an explosive left hook. But Leo is probably one of the best body punches we have in boxing. Definitely inside fighter. He landed that body shot he landed was crazy. You know what I'm saying? And then the referee thought it was a low blow, and Plania couldn't get up. He was holding his ribs. He wasn't holding anything below the waist. So that was crazy. So it was a little, confusion right there. But hey, Angelo Leo got another stoppage victory. He campaigned at featherweight. He moved up a couple of spots in the WBA rankings. Former world champion, he fits in at featherweight with any of the top guys. He got the experience, you know what I'm saying? He a good body puncher, and he tough. So that was a good victory for him, for sure. Y'all stay on the lookout for him. Yeah, he looked good, yeah, for sure. We're gonna talk about him when we get there, for sure. I put out a name for him. Tell me if you like it. Steven Gaffar. That's the opponent that I said he should fight next. I put that on my Twitter yesterday. Pretty decent scraps, yes sir. And Tay in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute. Yeah, 126. Yeah, that's a good one. I like Ray Ford in the fight, but I think it's gonna be dangerous. Cause Otabeg is a good fighter. But yeah, that's coming up. I'm looking forward to it. 126 got some smoke there. All right, here's the next one. So this one, they ain't have no TV for this one, but I got the results. Cassio Clayton came back after a long layoff after losing to Jerron Bucenas. He got a victory. He got a disputed victory, split decision over Courtney Pennington. the scores was kind of crazy. Some that was there said either was a draw or Pennington maybe won. So we'll see. So that can put Clayton back in line for a solid fight at 154. He moved up to 54. Patrice Vanoy, he stopped Ware in the 10th round. Overhand, right hand, dropped him, stopped him. So those was the two notable names on the card. They both, was in title contention not too long ago. Remember, Vanoy fought on the Bud Crawford and Sean Porter pay-per-view undercard for a title eliminator. He came up short. So yeah, those are results from Canada. Here's one from the Zone. It was a Red Hour boxing card. What was it, February the 2nd? Krishan Tola, he came up short against Vlad Pena. I would watch that fight. It wasn't really too much action going down on that card, on that fight actually. But he lost a wide decision, so we'll see what's next. But I like this series, but I don't like. I don't know if you guys watched this, but the camera angles is crazy. Like they gotta tighten that up. I like the venue. It's a small venue. It's kind of compact, intimate. But the camera angles be crazy. They gotta fix it. It's like somebody doing that shit straight off their phone. It's crazy. They gotta work on that. But other than that, they fixed that. I think it's straight. You know what I'm saying? More boxing. That's better. Always good to have more boxing. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Probably can get him some rounds. If he don't shell up like he did against Joe Smith. And it's crazy, yo. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, it's crazy, but I was at the Ben fight last night. And I was talking about that. When I posted that, that's when of course that's when I posted it. And I seen Steve Gaffar he walked right by me, maybe like right after the Ammo Williams fight. I was like, yo, that's crazy. I didn't know he was gonna be there. That's what I seen. Robert Brown in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute to you. So yeah, I be trying to matchmake these fighters, bro. Here's another card from Friday. You had this is MVP Promotions. It was a lot of knockouts on this card. But Marcela Cornejo got a good victory. She campaigned at 147. The best fight though was Aguilar versus Marksman. That shit was good as hell. I know they had a couple of fights in the amateurs, but this fight was good. It was going back and forth. I thought Marksman won the fight, but it was a 6-rounder, so you really got to do your thing in those 6 rounds. We had an upset. Julian Smith, he stopped Velasquez. Velasquez was a highly touted prospect from Cuba, trained by Ismael Salas. You know what I'm saying? Had a big backing. He fought on PBC last year. And my man Smith dropped him a couple times. He was hurting him with damn near every punch and got the victory. So that's a nice little upset. You know what I'm saying? He was like a minus 3,500. So if somebody betted on him, he was minus 3,500. So if you betted on Smith, then you got paid. That's what's up. And then the main event, H2O versus Falcao. So my man H2O, he's an up-and-coming prospect, with Jake Paul and them. But he had a bad look because he missed weight. They had to change the weight to 140. So it is what it is. He supposed to came in at 135. He missed about 5 pounds. But they kind of smoothed that out. They smoothed that out. He dropped Falcao in this fight, but he dominated the whole fight. So he can come back. He's still young. He's like 19 years old or something. 817 in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute. Oh, that'd be a hell of a fight. Man. That's what's up. Hey, I'm with that. Yeah, he gonna be facing 2 wins back to back. Yeah, he fighting next week. Yeah, they're supposed to be on that June 1st card, Queensberry. Yes, sir. I'll take it. Yeah, she's back. This is her second fight back. Her first fight, she had a 30-second knockout. Did the Marksman dirty? They did Marksman dirty with the drop. Yeah, I thought he won the fight. They're gonna run that back though, April 27th. So I'm cool. Was a hug award to the knockout. Yeah. Man, that was crazy. I didn't expect that for sure. All right, keep it moving. So this one under the radar. You know what I'm saying? We got to make sure we covering all bases. But Kina Enrique, she just won. She's defending her WBC interim title at 112 pounds. It was a rematch against Maria Salinas. She dominated the fight, won all 10 rounds, and she fights at featherweight. The reason why it's important because we got some action at flyweight. She fights at flyweight, 112 pounds, and we got action there. We just seen Gabby Fundora. She's the IBF champion. You got Marlena Esparza is the unified champion. She got the other 3 belts. So, and they both on Golden Boy. But they're not likely to fight next because Marlene has a mandatory with the WBO, the rematch with Gabriel Alanes. So the next best fight in this division is Fundora versus Enriquez. So that's why I want to bring it to the forefront. I know ain't nobody talking about it, but these ladies been putting on. Like Gabby had to come from behind to get that victory against Cruz. I know Cruz turned her back in the controversy, but if you look at the way that fight was going, Fundora took over after the 6th round, and she started to dominate. So this will be a good fight. Enriquez is a good boxer, technician. You know what I'm saying, in the ring. So she can do some of the things that Cruz was doing. So it's a good look. Here's another one under the radar. Cordell Booker had an easy victory last night over Greg Vendetti. Important for him, he picked up a WBC regional title, and he's number 14 in the WBO rankings at 154. We know Ammo stopped him, and that's his only loss. Other than that, he's been doing real good. So it's good to see him back. I think this is like his 4th or 5th win in a row for Booker since the Ammo knockout. So, yes, sir. Then moving on to yesterday's fights. Barraxa versus Z. So we're gonna run up the card. Hennessy got a victory. Salute to her. That TKV guy, he got a victory. The heavyweight. I don't know how far he gonna go. Caroline Dubois. She had a tough fight with Reyes. She dominated, but Reyes is tough. Reyes remind me of she fight like Jessica McCaskill. They fight similar. Dubois is nice. She gonna be a future world champion. There's some politics that play with her because the IBF ordered her to face Rihanna Dixon. Rihanna Dixon's with Matchroom, and then she went another route because Kate Taylor. Oh, let me start over. Kate Taylor vacated 2 of her lightweight titles, the IBF and WBO. So the IBF ordered Dubois versus Dixon. So Dixon pulled out of the fight and went down the WBO route. So she's supposed to face Carbajal. So, so then what Matchroom did, they gave her, they got Beatrice Fiera to fight Dubois. So they just basically did a little switch. You know what I'm saying? Caroline Dubois, she don't have to fight Fiera. I get it, because they did a little switch. And that's to protect, Dixon, in my opinion, because it's supposed to have been Dixon versus Dubois. So I have a feeling that Dubois is not going to go down the IBF route because the IBF is supposed to order her versus Fiera. I can see Dubois going down the WBA route or maybe the WBC. We'll see. But she looked good, though. Dubois can fight. Ben Whitaker. This dude right here catching some headlines and shit, yo. He can fight, though. Let's put that out there. Ben Whitaker can fight. He has a pedigree, the amateur background. He was an Olympian. I think he won a silver medal or something like that. So he can fight. But he's flashy as hell, showboat a lot. And to me, I ain't really mad at it because he ain't getting hit. He do what he gotta do. I'm pretty sure when he step up in competition, he ain't gonna be doing that shit. But he dominated, and it was entertaining. You know what I'm saying? We want to see these fighters sell themselves, and we hear that all the time. So, but when you got a guy like this who got skills, who got power, but he throwing that extra spice into it, and the shit was funny to me. I seen a highlight of that. Somebody had a clip today. And that shit had me laughing. The way he was hitting the guy and shit. It was just funny as hell. So, but Whitaker can be a problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, real talk. I think if he fights straight up without that, I think he can be a world champion sometime down the line. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. Keep him active though. Co-main event, Adam Azem versus Enoch Paulson. So this fight was pretty competitive, man. It ended crazy. Paulson, his shoulder popped out, so he couldn't continue. So Azem got the KO victory, but this shit was competitive. 2 long rangy guys. They was basically going tit for tat. It wasn't like a lot of action going on, but it was a lot of. You could tell it was competitive. It wasn't like a blowout. Adam Azem, he got a explosive style and stuff. He trying to land some big left hooks and stuff, but he wasn't really doing too much against Paulson. I'd actually like to see a rematch to see how the fight would unfold, but it's probably unlikely. Azim probably can move on and get some bigger name guys at 140. So that's another guy at 140 that can possibly do some things on that side of the pond. So we'll see. And then the main event with Waxy versus Aziz. This is a good fight. This is pretty much 50-50 going into it. I like how this fight went. It won't no breaks in action. Both guys was going tit for tat. I like Buaxi's. I like when Buaxi was fighting up close. He actually fought Aziz, stretches of the fight when he was up close. Aziz is tough. He was trying to come back and answer everything Buaxi was doing. The knockdown sealed it, but I thought Buaxi was winning the fight. It was a competitive, good fight. This is a fight you probably can see again and might have the same result, but same type of action. So salute to Buaxi. He got the victory. I think he has some. I think the scorecards is pretty on point. Now he's the mandatory for the winner between Beterbiev and Bivol. So he's a WBA mandatory. So that's what's up. So he ain't gonna get that fight next. So hey, Anthony Yard, I would love that fight. I would say Kyle Smith, but him and Matchroom got some problems. I think Buaxi can get another fight or two in this year, and he'll be straight. Maybe go after the other mandatory, the IBF mandatory, Michael Eifert. I think that's actually makes sense too. He's the mandatory for Beterbiev in the IBF. He probably ain't gonna get no opportunity. He probably can get some money against Joshua Buaxi. You know what I'm saying? He from Germany. Maybe he can go to England and face Buaxi. They can consolidate the mandatories. That's what they should do anyway, because if I say Michael Eifert versus Dimitri Bivol or versus Beterbiev, y'all gonna be like, man, I ain't trying to see that fight. Y'all gonna diminish him because y'all don't know who he is. Not knowing that he just beat John Pascal, who was the big favorite in that fight. He beat him pretty clear too. And I know Pascal old and shit, but guys like that, Pascal would stop and beat up. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. But good performance by Buaxi, man. That was a good one. You know what I'm saying? I liked it. I can go watch that fight again. It was pretty solid. Yeah, I had that on when I was there. I had it on. I was watching it. I was at the Ben fight, watching them fight. I had on my phone. I had the zone up because just in case if I missed a knockdown, I could go back and watch it. It was a little bit delayed, so I was cool right there. And then on my laptop, I had Peacock on. Oh yes, sir. We ain't missed no fights for sure. And then to this card right here, Conor Benn versus Dobson. So I'm just gonna run up the card. Sainz had a crazy knockout. I don't know if you guys seen it on social media. That shit was crazy. Lillard had a tough opponent in front of him, and Buchanan. That was a solid fight. It went all 6. Ladar got the victory. Khalid Cole, man, he looked good. Looked like he ready for a step up. And this is supposed to be a step up. The guy was 20-0, 17 knockouts. Khalid Cole broke him down, dropped him a couple of times, and finished. That was a good performance. And he's one of those guys that had a great amateur background. Kind of had up and down performances, but he put it all together yesterday afternoon. That was a good one. Johnny Fisher ran through this dude, Bezos. That was easy money. First round knockout. It's interesting that he had about 250 people there. So everything you heard on TV was his people. That shit was empty up in there. I have to say. It wasn't that many. I don't know. If I had to say, it was probably like 1,000 in there. You know what I'm saying? If I had to guess. But most of those guys, the fans, was Fisher's people. And they was going crazy for him. Salute to him. He should be right back in the ring, bro. You know what I'm saying? He should be right back. Ammo wins versus Mbambu. So this is a late replacement for Ammo. He's supposed to get Conor Coyle. That shit fell out. But Ammo got, he wanted to fight. Man, I like the performance. He was sharp. He was fighting smart and sharp because the guy, he can tell he has some to him. Like he had some decent pop. Listening from ringside, like he had some decent pop. So Ammo he dictated the fight, the pace of the fight. When he wanted to box, he boxed. When he wanted to bang and let off a little 5-punch combination, get up out of there, he did that. I mean, he set the kid up with that with that finishing KO shot, that left hand over the top. That was nice. I like how he set that up. He was trying to do that in that fight, but he ain't never set it up. This time he did, landed on the mark and stopped the kid. So Emo is coming along real nice, yo. Like, I know he had a setback with the mental health stuff, but since then he been going crazy. Got his focus together. He's a talented athlete. Y'all watched Emo fight. He's an athlete first, then develop as a boxer. And I'm rooting for Emo. I know you may say he might not be ready, but if you look at the middleweight division, he's ready because he can beat some of those guys. Only ones probably the most experienced guys he may have some trouble with. Like I don't think he'll beat Janibek, but why not give him an opportunity? If Janibek can't get no fights, Carlos Adames, you may favor Carlos Adames over him and some of the other guys, but you got guys fighting for titles like Zarafa. He probably beat Zarafa. He'll probably give Lara a tough fight at his age. Lara crafty, but he ain't got the legs like he used to have. There's other guys that's in position that Emo can do some good work with. So I like the performance for sure. He says boxer now Peacock. Yeah. They signed the deal like late last year. To be on, so they show all the cards that they have, except for the Tasha Jonas and Michaela Mayer. That was on ESPN because of Mayer, but all the other cards will be on Peacock for the US. And then the main event, Ben versus Dobson. Ben came out strong. He explosive. He got twitchy, fast muscle, but he's definitely a different fighter since his PED test. I don't care what nobody say. I watched him fight live twice. The one in Orlando and the one here. And he ain't, I don't know. He ain't look that explosive. He twitchy, but the power ain't what it used to be. You know what I'm saying? He's the type of guy. He starts off fast and he kind of weighing down the stretch. If you push Conor Ben back, you're gonna have some success. And Dobson was doing well when he let his hands go. He just took 4-5 rounds to do that. And he was catching Conor Ben with some good shots. Honestly, he had the most eye-popping shots. You know what I'm saying? It's just it was too few and far between. And Conor Ben just outworked him, basically what it came down to it. It was a solid fight, He needed those rounds for sure. But you have to question. He gonna always be questioned for the rest of his career if he was on PEDs, and it looking like he was. I'm just saying. TD in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute to you. So it's like, when you test, so before he tests positive, he was running through guys, knocking them out, going crazy. Chris Algieri and Van Heerden and Vargas, all these guys. Vargas went rounds with Danny. You know what I'm saying? But he run through them. It's like, and now he hitting guys with everything. He hit Dobson with everything. Dobson was walking through that shit. And, it always question that. So we'll see. You know what I'm saying? He need to be more active. Nah, for real. Yeah, if he was active in that fight, it looked a little nervous in the beginning of the fight, but then he started to get a flow. I guess he felt the power. Yeah, nah, for real, I agree. If he would have let his hands go a little bit earlier, he would have had opportunity to win this fight. But it is what it is. For Conor Ben, I look at Conor Ben. I don't take him seriously right now as like a world champion contender. I think he's going down the route as like a novelty type of guy, where he can be an attraction and just have big fights, but it really don't have no significance. Like, for example, him and Eubank, that's a big fight over there. They don't have no title significance and nothing else, just maybe family background, got a story and drama to it because Ben tested positive in preparations for that fight. So yeah, that's a big fight over there. Guys like Liam Smith, Kell Brook out of retirement, like I see him in fights like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, now these Americans is like chopping at the bit to get it because that's a big fight for them. If you're going to go over to the UK, you need a big name. And it makes sense to have a big name, right? Conor Ben is a big name. I know we mentioned earlier about Tank going over there and fighting him. I reserve about that because Matchroom and PBC ain't really working together. They don't mess with Eddie Hearn like that. So I don't know if that's gonna work. Devin Haney, I think that would be a good fight for Devin Haney at 47. I wouldn't prefer that next, but those guys, like, shit, how much money we can make to fight Conor Ben? People are gonna want to fight you because they think they can beat you. You know what I'm saying? Is that because, whatever? And if he was to campaign at 147, there's some guys over there he gonna have problems with. You know what I'm saying? Like Boots, I don't think he lasts 3 or 4 rounds with Boots. Let's be honest. Unless he can take some shit. If he can take it, maybe he can last. I don't know, but I don't know. That's gonna be a bad matchup for him. Anybody that can put Conor Ben on the back foot is gonna have some success. So a lot of those guys can. They smart. I mean, even Barrios. You sleep on Barrios, but Barrios can keep you on that back foot and dictate fights and land good shots up the middle. So we'll see. Yes, sir. So we'll see, man. All right, we moving on. So we got some news and notes we're gonna talk about. Feel free, ask any questions. Get into the conversation. It's all good, man. I appreciate it. So we heard the news about Fury and Usyk got postponed off of the February 17th date. They got a new date, May the 18th. You know what I'm saying? So 3 months away. So that's cool. Yeah, it's cool. So they're gonna move the whole fight card there. So this is the fight card right here: Obitaya versus Breeders, the rematch for the IBF title. Cordina versus Kakachi, Kovalev, Moses and Tumble. You got Joe Loff on the card, Nakia, and all that shit, right? So that's cool. So it is what it is. There was a big talk about Herkovic stepping in the face Usyk, because he's the IBF mandatory. Now, Team Usyk won the fight on February 17th. They still won the fight, but it's not up to them. So they moved that shit. And we'll see, man. If anybody's surprised that this fight got postponed, then I don't know where Rock y'all been under. This is Fury MO right here. You know what I'm saying? He did that shit a lot. With Wilder, Klitschko. He pulled off a fight against Usmanov. He just pulled out of the fight. So yeah, it is what it is. Yes, it's anticipated because we haven't had a heavyweight undisputed fight since '99. We had 2 of them that year. We had the first one, then we had a rematch. Lennox Lewis versus Holyfield. It was a draw like in March, and they fought like in November, and then Lewis actually dominated. Well, he got the victory. I actually thought Holyfield did better in the second fight. You know what I'm saying? I thought he did better in the second fight and probably could have got a nod for the second, but the first fight he didn't do shit to me. So we haven't had that in 25 years. You know what I'm saying? So that's why. But far as the fight, a lot of fans ain't really checking for that shit. You know what I'm saying? To be honest, because it's gonna be in Saudi. It's not an American. I'm just speaking. Well, I speak for myself. It's not an American in there. It don't matter what American. Like when the heavyweight division was in Russia, like 12, 15 years ago, with Klitschko's and Shagayev and all these guys was champion, no American champions. The heavyweight, nobody was checking for the heavyweight division. Like, oh shit, Klitschko fighting? Oh shit. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even know. So, but it is anticipated. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. We'll see. It's I expect the worst hope. I expect the worst hope for the best with this fight. Yeah, man. Man, Mike in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute to you. Alright. So we got that rescheduled. May 18th. Then they said this one's done. June the 1st in Saudi. We're gonna take this off so you guys see it. June 1st. Undisputed light heavyweight fight. Viteria versus Bivol. Long awaited. Now this one I'm waiting for. You know what I'm saying? These guys been champions in the same division for about 5 years at least. 4 or 5 years at least. Definitely much needed. And I'm ready for it. Whether all the titles is on the line or not. These are the 2 best light heavyweights that need to fight. So they got this fight done for June the 1st. And I'm looking forward to it. On this undercard, they're supposed to have Matchroom versus Queensberry. And Ammo is mentioned to be on that card, maybe against Hamza Shiraz, maybe against Denzel Bentley. They're supposed to do. They're supposed to announce the card during the AJ Fight Week, March the 8th. So we'll see. But I like it though. I like that. I ain't mad at it. If you say you're the best promotion company or this and that, then you should be willing to put your fighters against the other promotion company, so we can who can reign supreme and shit like that. But this fight right here, I'm looking forward to. Beterbiev coming off that dominant performance against Callum Smith last month, his WC mandatory. Bivol had a dominant performance. They both been dominant in their fights. Even the Canelo fight, I thought Bivol won that fight clear, 9-3, easy money to me. So they both been dominated in their fights, man. We're gonna see which style gonna dictate. I actually like Beterbiev in this fight because I think he can box with Bivol and he can punch. I think that's gonna be the key. His punch placement and him being able to box well enough to keep Bivol honest. I know Bivol is a great boxer, great with movement and range and distance, but I like Beterbiev. We'll see. Should be good one. Yeah, can't wait for this one. Nah, for sure, bro. That's gonna be a good ass fight. Should be the fight of the year. Yeah, that one. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. All right, here's some news. So this is the undercard of Valdez versus Wilson and Seniesa Estrada versus Yukasa Valley. This is March the 29th, and I think it's in Phoenix. Top rank on ESPN Plus. So this is the undercard. 3 of the guys is gonna be on the undercard. You got Raymond Mortala, lightweight contender. I like him. He's nice, smooth, good boxer, puncher, poised. I like him. I think he can be world champion for real, given the right opportunity. Emiliano Vargas, a rising prospect. I think he damn near 10 fights already. I think he fought like 5 or 6 times last year. Coming off a little illness. He's supposed to fight on Teofimo's card, but they pushed him to this one. But I like Vargas. And then you got Richard Torres. He been knocking shit out. As like everybody he done fought, he been sleeping. He has a fun style. Fun style. You know what I'm saying? So these are 3 exciting young prospects that Top Rank is gonna showcase. So yeah, stay tuned for that. For sure. I forgot their opponents. I think Richard Torres is facing Hainsworth, the heavyweight, the journeyman heavyweight. Raymond Mortala is facing a guy from Argentina. I watched them fight. So once I seen the announcement, I watched them fight. Augustine Quintana, 19-2. So that's what's up. So yeah, man, I'm looking forward to that. I like these guys. Vargas is facing a kid named Nelson Hampton, who is 10-8. So maybe he's taking a step back because of his injury or something, or his illness. So we'll see what's up. Here's more announcements. So Top Rank announced Lomachenko versus Kambosos May the 11th for the vacant IBF lightweight title. We knew this was coming. Real talk. This wasn't really too hard to predict. Once we seen Kambosos sign with Top Rank and then fight Maxie Hughes, a southpaw, it really wasn't hard. They just had to, wait till Devin Haney vacate the titles. But this was always in the plans. Lomachenko coming off the loss against Devin, but that wasn't a bad. That was actually a lot of people thought he won that fight. So I think he's still in good form. By the time this fight happened, Lomachenko would be 36 or 37. How old is Lomachenko? He'd be 36, I believe. And then Kambosos, Kambosos always been like the weaker champion when he was champion. I think, Kambosos, he can fight. He's just missing something. And when he, fight top guys, well, he did good against Teofimo. He had a game plan. He stuck to it. He couldn't do nothing with Devin. He got dominated both fights. And then all the other fights that he normally have close fights. You know what I'm saying? I think Lomachenko gonna dominate this fight. Probably after 3 or 4, he gonna dominate. But we'll see. That's why they make the fights. Undercard, we supposed to get the Maloney brothers. Jason Maloney is the WBO champion at 118. He just defended his title against Saul Sanchez last month. That was a good fight. He may be facing his mandatory, Raymart Caballo, who is fighting February the 13th in the Philippines. It's a tune-up fight. If he wins, that's the fight to make. They got a women's world title fight on the card. Nina Hughes versus Shanika Johnson. Shanika Johnson is a former world champion. She lost her title to Ellie Scotty. She dropped down to 118 pounds. She was at 22, champion there. She dropping down to 118. She came into the new WBA rankings at number 4. Nina Hughes is the WBA champion at 118. And Nina Hughes just signed with Lou DiBella. Lou DiBella also has Shanika Johnson. So you put 2 and 2 together, you pay attention to the rankings. We already knew that fight was coming. Once I seen that, I put that shit out on my Twitter. And then, like, maybe a couple of hours after that, they announced the fight. So, I'm just letting you guys how we still moving like this. No monkey shit, no gorilla shit, no ape shit. It's just facts. You know what I'm saying? Because they like to say, if you get some news, if you got, like, if you putting out news and shit, it's going against if you're going against black fighters, you're an ape or monkey or whatever it is. But my shit been 100 all the way across. Let us hit whoever it need to hit. For sure. Can't mention the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute to you. Mortala. Yeah, I like Mortala. Yeah, no, that Tyrank ain't ready to make that fight. That's why it's not next. I think Mortala going down the WBO route. Once all the guys in front of him, once they all doing something else. So once they, clear up, he'll probably move up. So he's number 7 in the WBO. After this fight, he'll probably move like top 2 or 3. Because they have number 1 is Lomachenko is number 1, IBF route, so he out. Number 2 is Baranchet. So, he fighting for the vacant title. Pitbull Cruz, number 3. He fighting Rolly. Number 4 is Fiera. You know what I'm saying? So maybe Fiera, he will match room. And then you got, I think Frank Martin and Zepeda. Zepeda going down a different route. And Frank Martin waiting to get the tank fight. So you got Mortala. He might be right there in line to face the winner of Navarrete versus Baranchet. Will Zepeda blows through Master Hughes? No. I think he'll get him later in the fight if he get him. I had to go back and do, because at first I was like, damn, they giving Master Hughes a tough deal, right? Because he should have beat Kambosos. But Master Hughes dealt with this style before against Giovanni Strapion, a guy that throw a lot of punches, southpaw Mexican that's coming to fight. It's a different fighter. Will Zepeda is not Strapion, but Master Hughes know how to handle himself against that pressure. Can he handle himself against Zepeda? We shall see. I think down the stretch, 10 or 11, I think Zepeda gonna overwhelm him. But I think he has the ability to offset these guys that's coming in throwing all these punches. Master Hughes, he's not a big puncher, and you look at his box rate, don't got a lot of knockouts, but he damn sure was hurting Kambosos in that fight. So if he got enough power to keep these guys, to keep this guy Will Zepeda honest, maybe we'll see it get interesting. Yeah, they did him dirty. They did him dirty. They did Gustavo Lemon dirty too, because he was the IBF mandatory to face Kambosos, or Hughes. Should have been Hughes, right? He had a tune-up fight. He came in overweight. It wasn't sanctioned by the IBF, and they stripped him of that position. So he moved up to 140, had an easy knockout victory. Now he's facing Richardson Hitchens on April the 6th for the IBF Eliminator at 140. So yeah, he was, right? He was hurting him in that fight. I thought he won that fight clear. All right, here's the next one. So we had the PBC pay-per-view press conference. Just want to cover that real quick. Thurman and Zoo, Rolly and Pitbull. Keith Thurman stole the show. Keith Thurman back. I always like when Keith Thurman is active in the fight in boxing. He's needed in boxing. Now he's the OG. He used to be the up and coming young guys that wanted his opportunity against Floyd and Manning, all those guys, and he was talking shit. Now he's he's the elder statesman, and they coming after him. But yeah, he talked this shit. Tim Zoo was Tim Zoo. That's what he do. Rolly and Pitbull, I know people are probably expecting a little bit more from that, but it's a language barrier. But Pitbull, like, he ain't playing. Lara, I ain't shoot. Lara's the oldest world champion in boxing. That's crazy. He 40 years old. And then Bohachuk and Fundora. So it's interesting. I didn't know this. Those guys actually sparred each other a lot, so they know each other. So it should, I know a lot of people don't understand why Fundora got his position, but it's been broke down plenty of times on this channel and on my platforms. So it's like I'm thinking, oh, he coming off a knockout loss, and he going to face another puncher who is 23-1 with all knockouts, 23 knockouts. Maybe they'll give him something easy, but he run into that. So that tells me Fundora, he got some confidence in those spars, and they okay with that fight. So yes, sir, because you would want to get him a tune-up or a lesser fight and coming off that knockout loss. But salute to Fundora for going after that. And we know he had a rematch clause, and he's supposed to face Mendoza. Mendoza opted to face Tim Zoo. He lost his interim status, so he still had a contract to fight for the interim title. The first one was supposed to have been Charles Conwell. He's number 1 in the WBC. He turned it down because he wanted a combat fight or something. He didn't want to face Fundora, which is crazy because Fundora's coming off a knockout loss, and Conwell is a knockout puncher. I don't understand that. And so it went down to Bohachuk, who's number 2 in the WBC. So that's why Fundora got his opportunities. So we all, I see Michaela Mayer get criticized for not having a rematch clause in her 2 fights, her 2 losses. You know what I'm saying? But you can't blame Fundora because he fought Mendoza. Nobody was picking Mendoza to beat him. Everybody was talking about how he looked against Jesus Ramos. He got an upset victory over Fundora. Of course, you want to get your get back. You know what I'm saying? You lose your position, you want to get it right back. If you got the team to do it, you can't be mad. But a lot of people don't understand that. They just see, because boxing is not black and white. Boxing got hella gray areas, hella shades of gray, and it's like people won't understand that, and they'll never put themselves in that type of position. In life, we get setbacks, and imagine somebody in your life telling you, if you had a setback, to say, bro, you ain't gonna get no opportunity to get that shit back. Just fuck it, move on. That's what we telling these fighters. Not to have a good team and shit. Just move on. You know what I'm saying? William Old School in the building. What's good with you, bro? Yeah, that's a solid fight. That is a solid fight. It concerned me that he said that Hitchens said he'd never seen Lamont fight. To me, that's crazy talk to me. These guys, the reason why, I'm gonna say this, because little shit I be thinking about. Hitchens said he haven't watched his fighter, leaving them to his trainer. That's crazy because his trainer, obviously ain't doing his job because Richardson Hitchens was on the cell phone in between rounds of his fight talking to somebody. So you gonna trust your coach? You gonna trust your coach to do research on a fighter from Argentina, but you can't trust them to run your corner in a fight that you needed against Jose Zepeda? He was dominating, but this dude on the phone. I don't trust that. Go watch these guys' fights, bro. Just do boxing in the building. What's good with you, bro? Go watch him fight. Know what you facing. You know what I'm saying? I think he wins that fight, but know what you facing. That's a good. Yeah, he have an opportunity against Valdez. We got some questions to answer. He coming off loss to Navarrete. He didn't look so good against Lopez, Blue Nose Lopez. Yeah, for real. That's a good fight. Looking forward to that Fundora fight and Pitbull fight. Yes, sir. I'm looking forward to all of them shits. They all interesting to me. I feel you. Moving on. Here's some more news. So, Matchroom starting up prize fighter again. This time it's gonna be in Japan. It's an 8-man tournament. It's gonna be they can win up to $1 million total. I like it though. I think it's gonna start with the first round's like 8 rounds, and the second is 10. You know what I'm saying? Go on from there. I like it. It's at the middleweight division, and this division has been down for a long time. We need this. We need it. Maybe we can get a top contender coming out of this. It's March the 31st in Japan on the Zone, so we can all check it out. We're gonna have 4 fights on the card. Yeah, 4 fights on the card. Should be solid. I like it though. You got some up and coming guys. No big names on this shit, but solid prospects to contenders on this card. Karen Conway, we heard of him. Giovanni Estrella, he been having some early knockouts recently. Aaron McKenna, you know what I'm saying? So Mark Dickinson. So it's I like it though. I like tournaments in boxing, and if these guys can win some money and be in position to fight for a world title, I think it's good. So y'all stay tuned for that. Overtime is back, man. Overtime came into boxing last year. They had a good August. They had 4 cards in August. It was real good, real entertaining. Showcased some young fighters. All the fights was pretty solid. Their ring is like 18 by 18, so they make you fight. It's a good series. They back for season 2. They're gonna have 8 dates in 2024. Yeah, 2024. They're gonna start March 29th, April 19th, May 31st, and June 28th. So I think they're gonna step it up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I think they're gonna step it up, and they still rocking with Atlanta. So I like that, keeping it in Atlanta. I think they may stretch out to maybe Houston, maybe. So that's cool. But yeah, this is a good series. You know, Albert Bell fought on there, Elijah Pierce, and these are guys that are in title contention. You know, Truck Sampson got upset on that show. O'Shea Jones was on there. It was a bunch of young, up-and-coming fighters that fought there, man. That's cool. Keep it going. You know what I'm saying? Keep it going. And they working with the Zone, so they got a network broadcaster. Yo, I like it. So they may have bigger fights on there now. That's what's up. That's good. More boxing. All right. Here's one. I covered this previously on my channel. This is Arsen Galamarian versus Zurdo Ramirez. So they trying to fight. They're trying to get the date for March the 30th on the Golden Boy show. So they're having trouble with the date. Of course, they're having trouble with the venue. Of course, we got PBC going on that day. It was supposed to be in Vegas, but they're going to move it to either Southern California or Texas. And then also Golden Marion, the champion, he having issues with his promoter in France. So I'm not sure if they can get the deal done in time. Both guys are in training camp. Golden Marion taking it serious because he in Big Bear. Like, you don't just come to Big Bear in the middle of winter. It's snowing down there in Big Bear. He over there training with, I don't know if he's training with Abel. I know he used to train with Abel, but he's using his gym. So, yeah, you don't come over here in the snow, you know what I'm saying, just to be chilling. You know what I'm saying? So he preparing for a fight. And then Zurdo is in training camp. So hopefully they get that shit past the line, over the line, and we'll get a good fight, good cruiserweight fight. We'll see what's up with that. The more shows, the better. No, for sure, yo. It's about boxing at the end of the day. It's about what happens in the ring. So this is a good one right here. The WBC ordered Frank Sanchez versus Ajit Kabiel. I'm with it. Both guys had good performances in their last fight. So the winner would be the mandatory for the winner between Tyson Fury and Usyk, the WBC mandatory. This is a good fight. Pretty even. You know what I'm saying? 50-50 fight. Let's see where it goes. Will Saudi bring it back on like June or maybe on May 18th? Put it on the undercard of Fury and Usyk. You know, hey, this is a good fight. And really, the WBC always order good fights. Now, will they happen? they don't normally happen. But this is a good fight right here. 2 undefeated guys, pretty much 50-50. Who would you want to pick, to be honest? Because Kabiel showed me some shit in his last fight. Finally, Sanchez fighting someone real. I mean, FA was real, you know, at the time. FA was real. He took a step back in competition since FA. So if you're speaking on that terms, I'm with you. I'm with you on that. What you think about Nick Ball and Ray Vargas? Another good fight. Kind of came out of nowhere type of fight. I thought Ray Vargas and and Figueroa was set. But this is gonna be a tough fight for Nick Ball. I favor Ray Vargas. I think Ray Vargas gonna beat him because he got the tactics to beat him. Tall range, he got a good jab, 1-2. He's active, and he'll hold Nick Ball. He'll hold him, turn him, spin him, and he'll do 1-2-1 all night long. If Nick Ball don't do nothing to adjust to that with his small stature, he's gonna get outpointed. It might not be a pretty fight either. So we'll see. Here's another one, staying in the heavyweight division. You got Manuel Charr, Mahmoud Charr versus Kubrat Pulev. This is going down March the 30th. So we got a big weekend, March 29th, March 29th, excuse me, that's the 39th. March 29th through the 31st. We got a lot of good fights that weekend. But this one right here is for the WBA regular title of heavyweight. We shouldn't have this title, but Don King and Charr, they had issues with the WBA, and Charr won the court case to keep his regular title. Pulev, he had a fight in December. He came into the new WBA rankings at number 10. And there you go. There was a lot of guys who were trying to fight Charr, but they didn't have the money. The money wasn't there. So Pulev's team, they got a bag because they fighting in Pulev's home country of Bulgaria. So they got the bag out there. So Charr gonna go defend his regular title there. That's crazy. I don't know. I don't even know how the fight gonna be. Both guys ain't really that. I think Charr may be more entertaining to watch. Pulev never been that fun to watch. But Pulev messing around and win the fight while you playing. It was a good surprise. Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. Yeah, it's good. I like that fight. You know what I'm saying? This actually makes sense. Hrgovic is holding on to his spot. You know what I'm saying? He's the mandatory right now. In a sense, it really don't make sense for him to fight nobody until he get his opportunity. I mean, stay active, maybe fight some other whoever, just to keep the ring rust off. But I don't think he's gonna risk his position against Kabayel. It wouldn't be good business sense, but it would be a good fight for the fans, though. So I feel you. All right, here's another one. Some more news. So this man Rodriguez, he's the IBF champion, 108 pounds, 2-time world champion. He has a mandatory on the way. Ryo Nishida from Japan, southpaw, young fighter, solid. Kameda Promotions won the purse bid, so this fight going to Japan. Kameda Promotions is also working with Matchroom for that tournament, that prize fighter, for March 31st. So maybe this fight lands on that card. I'm not sure, but it's definitely going to Japan. I think Rodriguez is the best fighter at 118 right now. We got other champions there. You got Alex Santiago. He got Junto Nakatani coming up February 24th. So that's a good one. Jason Maloney just defended his title. And then you got Tacoma Inoue. He's fighting on that card, the undercard of Junto Nakatani. He's fighting Jeremy Kaha. So we're gonna get some clarity, yo. We got these guys actually fighting and being active. So that's what's up. So I expect this fight to probably, if it's not on March 31st, it should be coming up soon. I know Rodriguez is in training camp. So he's a good puncher. He's a good counter puncher. One of the better counter punchers we have in boxing. He's a real good counter puncher. Yeah, he's nice. I like him for sure. Yeah, Junto. Yeah, Junto is a good fighter, good young fighter, good puncher. He gonna have a tough fight with Santiago, but I think he wins. I think he boxes and wins a decision actually. But we'll see if he can stop Santiago. That's gonna be a nice feather in his cap. All right, here's one right here. I like this one. Yes, they say it's bad blood. Fabio Worley versus Frazier Clark, British and Commonwealth heavyweight titles. This is gonna be on Boxer, March 31st. That's what I was talking about. That weekend gonna be nice. I like this fight. You know what I'm saying? Those heavyweight domestic dust-ups, what they like to call them. I like it. Frazier Clark is an Olympian bronze or silver. I can't remember. I know he's an Olympian. Got skills. Comes in about 270, 6'5", 270. He's the slower of the two. because I think Wally is a fast heavyweight with fast hands, and he got a killer instinct. I like Fabio Wally in this fight. I think he's gonna stop Clark. I think he's gonna clean up the domestic scene. Other than the top guys like AJ and Fury and shit like that, but everybody underneath, I think Wally is probably number 3. I think in the UK. I like Wally. He's a good boxer. You know, he's a good boxer, good puncher. He's strong, and like I said, he got a mean streak. Clark get hit a lot, but he's a good boxer, good technically sound. I don't like him at 270. I think he need to get closer to about 260 in this fight, maybe under 260, to be a little bit quicker and whatever. Maybe he keeping that weight to take punches and shit. But Wally, he's good. At first, I like Wally like in the 230s, but I think he been fitting in nice at like around 242. So he's solid. He carried the weight real well. Yeah, I like Wally in this fight. Let's see it. Let's get it. I like it. This gonna be on Peacock right here. If my man Gregory Carmichael is still in the building, this gonna be on Peacock, and I got that app all day long. We gonna be tapped in for sure. I like this fight. Yeah, that's a solid one. Looking forward to it. He looked great. Yeah, he did. He been looking good his last couple of fights to me, and he been fighting the better competition. Yeah, he just, I don't know. He got a good coach. He's with Ben Davison, ain't he? Ben Davison been out here going crazy. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the fight. I think he's gonna stop Clark like in 6 or 7, honestly. So we'll see. That's a good one. And here's one little inside information, you know what I'm saying, I got yesterday while I was at the fight. Rocky Hernandez is coming back April the 6th on the undercard of Richardson Hitchens versus Gustavo Lemon and Pacheco versus McCallum. You'll see the return of Rocky Hernandez. He had that crazy fight with O'Shaquie Foster last year. He was winning the fight now. I know he had a lot of advantages, you know what I'm saying, but he was winning that fight to me until O'Shaquie Foster went crazy in the last 2 rounds. So he's back. He's fighting at 130. Opponents, they're looking for Edward Vasquez, who gave Joe Cordina a hell of a fight. That fight actually makes sense, and that'd be a great fight because Vasquez, that fight should have been a draw. You know what I'm saying? He gave Cordina hell. And then they just fought for world title, so it actually makes sense for them to fight, those 2 good contenders. So we'll see. Their opponent is not set in stone, but that's what Team Hernandez want to do, and that speaks volumes because Vasquez is a tough fight. He's not easy. He's not an easy fight, and those guys' styles can match up real well because Hernandez is a big puncher, and then Vasquez is just a pesky ass dude. You know what I'm saying? He one of those dudes that got good boxing skills and he's aggressive. Like, he got underrated defense. He was giving Joe Cordina hell in that fight. He was giving him all types of fits. Yeah, that's a good fight. Like, when he told me that shit yesterday, Rocky Hernandez's manager told me that shit, I was like, hell yeah. Let's get that shit, bro. Let's get it. So he'll be back April 6th. That card would be in a new casino. Fontaine Blue. They're gonna open up that casino, so I gotta go down and check it out. I want to see how it looks. So that's what's up. April the 6th for Rocky Hernandez. So that's what it is. That's all the news I got, man. If you guys got any questions, feel free. I know in the news we hear about Haney versus Ryan Garcia. I'm not so sure that fight happens. I just don't trust Ryan Garcia. You know what I'm saying? I don't trust him. I don't know how everything working, and those guys are talking in the media. So whenever you see negotiations in the media, more than likely that shit don't happen. It looked like if it's going to happen April the 20th, that's a Golden Boy show. You know what I'm saying? That's not a Matchroom show. Because some people they devalue these fighters and say this. That's interesting to me that it's not a Matchroom show. Because Devin Haney is looked at as being the A-side of this situation, right? He's the champion, he this and that. But if Golden Boy is offering the fight and got the venue and the date, it's supposed to be April the 20th in T-Mobile, and they're trying to get the Sphere in Vegas. This is a new venue that they've been doing concerts and shit like that. So they're trying to get that, but it's a Golden Boy show. It's on the zone, but it's not like it's a difference. It's a big difference. But regardless of that fact, it's a big fight. To me, it just seems like I don't know, man. I can't trust it. Like first, after Devin beat up on Prograis, then all signs look towards him and Ryan Garcia. Then you know what I'm saying. Now he pulled all this shit. Say he gonna fight Rolly. Rolly fighting Pitbull. Then he circled back to Devin Haney. I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna have to believe it when I see it on this time because so much shenanigans in the recent. You know what I'm saying? A fighter on the West Coast from Sacramento, Kane Sandoval. Yeah, he fights with 360 Promotions. I've seen him a couple of times on the UFC Fight Pass. Yeah, I know. See the fight. Anything on Boots' next fight, bro? I feel like he needs to be more active. I've been hearing rumors that he'll be back soon, maybe on Tank's undercard in June or something like that. But yeah, he gonna always be inactive. You know what I'm saying? Because he's doing business with the PBC. So of course, that's just how it works. So no, I haven't heard nothing on him. I heard names about like Barrios and Stanionis, but we don't know for sure. He about to get they order a mandatory for Boots. Karen, the guy he already fought, Karen Shikazian versus Harry Scaff, who just beat Echo Estimate in the UK. So he will have a mandatory pretty soon, but I'm expecting Boots to be back. Probably, he should be back soon, man. Hopefully, I don't know. He fights in weeks. He's on that February 24th card. The one with Quinn Randall versus the kid that Freddie Roach trained. He on that card. Sandor Martin still. Yeah, he's still a mandatory. So from what I understand, well, we already know the reason for Devin and Regis happening is so they understood that they have the mandatory and Sandor Martin next. Then when they order it or when it's due, I'm not sure. But I know the WBC not going to get in the way of Devin making a big fight. So I think it's going to come down to when they want. You want to say, okay, I got you, bro. I got you. Yeah, I like him. He can fight. He can fight. So it comes down to, Sandor Martin pushing for it. Because Sandor Martin just signed with Top Rank. That's a chess move. You know what I'm saying? So he got somebody backing him that can probably push for that. Because if they saying, well, all these rumor fights that they talking about for Devin, and none of those being realistic, then you have to go ahead and do the mandatory, get out the way. And that's what you agreed upon by taking the Regis fight. So we'll see. Like I said, they're not going to get in the way of Devin making a big fight, but I think it's going to come a time where they're going to be like, all right now, what's going on? And he might as well just fight Sandor Martin and get this shit out the way. Because I don't believe these other guys are going to try to fight Devin Haney. I'm just being honest. Even Tank. Like, I listen to Tank. Every time I hear Tank's side talk about the Devin Haney fight, the energy changed. They seem frustrated and agitated. I don't know if that means they don't want to fight, but it tell boxing fans, it telling me, bro, why I need this, why I want this fight. Why y'all keep asking for the fight if they don't want it? They ain't trying to make the fight. They ain't trying to make that fight. So I would just move on. If I'm invested in that fight, move on. Those guys ain't trying to fight right now. I ain't saying the fighters per se. I'm just saying the teams around them and shit. You know what I'm saying? That shit is crazy to me. It is what it is. So he ain't gonna get that fight. The Ryan Garcia fight is his last hope. I hope he get it because that's a big fight for him. He can stay on pay-per-view, he do big numbers, and go crazy with it. And he been supposed to fight Ryan Garcia, so I hope that do happen. But if it don't, then just take Sandor Martin back to the Bay Area again. You know what I'm saying? Take him back to San Francisco where you did real good. There, they had a good crowd there, real dope. So take his ass back over there. Let me see. Haney versus T. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, me too. That's a good one. I take it too. It just seemed, I don't know. That fight to me shouldn't seem so hard to make, but I don't know. I say let Ryan fight AB. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, because Ryan Garcia seemed like a novelty type of guy. So maybe Ryan Garcia versus Conor Benn. Both guys are novelty guys. That might be a big fight. Andrew Gray, what's good with you, bro? All good, bro. Salute to you for coming through. So we'll see. It's getting close to 8 weeks out now. I mean, this February, this is a short month. You know what I'm saying? We got some leap year shit this year, 29 days. So look, we're in the second week of February, you know. So I'm anticipating them having a deal set and the venue, everything set so they can announce the fight, because I think they can actually do a lot of some good numbers if they get the fight. Go ahead and announce it, and then do a little press tour and stuff. Now this fight between Ryan and Devin, they should go crazy on social media. They should use that platform more. This when the fight gets made, I think they can actually do a good number if they do that. Because Devin got a good presence on social media, with Bill and all that shit. That shit gonna be it's a big fight. Let's see if they can get it past the line. I have my suspicions. I ain't gonna lie. I don't think so. I don't think it's gonna happen next. But we'll see. Yeah. I don't know. We got a lot of good fights made, for the first quarter of 2024. I'm looking forward to it. I'm gonna talk about some of them real quick. I think that's a goddamn good thought to make. Yeah, that's a good fight. That's what I'm saying. Both guys are not in it for no legacy or no belts. You know what I'm saying? They're big names. Conor Benn. If Conor Benn can make that fight over here in Vegas, right? I think the UK fans will follow him, right? So they want to get away because that's a big fight. And Ryan Garcia he do solid numbers and shit when he's not fighting like the Oscar Duarte fight. I'm not mad at the numbers that he did. He cracked a million gate, and he only sold 7K or whatever against a guy that a lot of boxing fans ain't familiar with. That's actually solid. So we put him in with a good dance partner. And if you got the UK guys gonna come over here, that can do okay. Yeah, he did alright though. He did alright. I ain't like him missing weight and shit like that. I hope that's not a sign or something. If you're gonna need to be at 140 campaign, he should just campaign there. But yeah, he good. He's solid for sure. All right, bro. Have a good one, man. Appreciate you coming by. Salute to you for sure. So, what I was saying, we got a pretty good schedule coming up for boxing fans. Now, we haven't had like the big monster event announced yet, but I believe it's coming, y'all. I believe it's gonna come. I know Canelo gonna be back May the 4th. We'll see who he fight, but next week, this coming up February the 8th, this week, we got Teofimo and Jermaine Ortiz. So the closer the fight has got, the more I'm more hype about it. I like the fight initially because it's two of the best athletic fighters we have in the sport of boxing. Teofimo and Jermaine Ortiz. So I like that. Jermaine Ortiz is officially moving up. His last fight was at 137. So that was an indicator right there, if you guys paid attention, that this fight was coming or it was going to be in play. Keyshawn Davis versus Jose Pedraza. This a good little name and step up for Keyshawn Pedraza, former 2-time world champion, 2-division champion. The only hiccup that you probably can say about this fight is Pedraza is fighting at 135 for the first time in a long ass time. I can't remember. Maybe the last time he fought there was 2019. So some people may not. It depends who you are. I feel like if you can make the weight and you perform well on that night, I think it's cool. I give a props for it. But Pedraza is close to being a gatekeeper. He ain't really looked too good against Coleman. He had a good start against Ramirez, but he kind of let that fight slip. him and Coleman was going life or death with each other. That was actually a good fight. So we'll see. Abdullah Mason on the card. Looking forward to see him. And then they're gonna run out their usual prospects on that card for sure. The Zone has a card too next week. We're gonna touch on. I'm gonna be live tomorrow, and we're gonna touch on the fight week. Hamza Shiraz against Liam Williams. So yeah, we got some good shit. JoJo is back. February 16th, we got Shaki Foster and Abraham Nova. Yes, sir. That's gonna be a good one. Nova is coming. He getting back to himself and stuff after that knockout loss to Robesi. He been looking good at 130. You got Cortez on the card against Chevalier. That's a good one. Shushu is on the card. He's facing Bernard Torres. So I don't know if you guys are familiar with Torres. Torres is like the Walmart version of Manny Pacquiao. You know what I'm saying? He like the motherfucker, like the clone type shit. You know what I'm saying? He fights just like Manny Pacquiao. You know what I'm saying? He's a Filipino fighter. I think he's from Norway. So it's gonna be like a different type of fight for Shushu because this guy like 5'4". You know what I'm saying? And this may be one of the smaller guys Shushu fought. So interesting. And Shushu got, I think he's number 8 in the WBO. You got a rematch with Correa versus Naganja. They got Nasinga for the IBF. The IBF title at 108 pounds. That was a crazy knockout. That was a knockout of the year candidate. So that one, they're going to run that. So, February is solid, though. Rockmanoff versus Nunes. That's going to be a fight of the year candidate right there. Yes, sir. Salida got a card. My man was talking about Cain Sandoval. He got Javier Molina. So that's what's up. That's on UFC Fight Pass. There's a lot of good stuff. So we got a lot of fight. We got fights on every weekend, and we got some in between days as well. Santiago versus Nakatani, the 24th. That's for the WBC title. You actually got 3 world title fights on that card. Inoue versus Nkajas. That's Inoue's brother for the WBA title. Tanaka fighting for a vacant title. I like Tanaka. Tanaka nice with it. Berlanga versus McCory. That's going to be a fun fight. Both guys are good punches. Andy Cruz on the card. So, yeah, man, February is a good month. March going to be good. We got the featherweight card. So, yeah, it's a lot of good stuff, y'all. For real. Yeah, that's going to be a good one, bro. That card is solid. Why Ben Whitaker got them? Yeah, I don't know. Because maybe they casual to boxing, maybe. I don't give a damn about Tio Ortiz. I think it's just a win for Tio. Ortiz is just an opponent at this point. Yeah, I don't know if he's just an opponent. But I don't know if he got everything he needs to beat Teofimo. I think he's a solid fighter. Shushu, yeah, I like Shushu. Yeah, he on the card. Yeah. Yes, sir. That's a good card. BC getting that rematch with Espinoza. That's why I heard he was. Right now, Espinoza nursing an injury, so I'm not sure when they're gonna make that fight, that rematch. So yeah, we'll see. I heard Espinoza versus Lopez too. Yeah, go watch him fight, bro. You'll see what I'm talking about, man. If you see him, you'll be like, oh shit, he doing the same. That's Pacquiao. That's what reminded me of when I seen him fight. He fought on Showbox. I think maybe last year. But yeah, that's a different look for Shushu. But March is solid too. March 2nd, we got Kamatov versus Ray Ford, Lopez versus AB. Those 2 featherweight title fights. Brian Norman on the card. He got a good fight too. They got a good card right there too. Troy Osley, Brandon Moore, and then also February 2nd, Amanda Serrano returns. You know what I'm saying? Defending her titles. So we got to tap in with that. We got some good shit. AJ and Gondo. So that's an event. You know what I'm saying? I'm more interested in the Zane versus Parker fight. That's going to be a good one. Ray Vargas and Nick Ball. My man mentioned that earlier. So yeah, solid shit. Let me see. My man Sam Goodman coming back too. March 13th. Callum Walsh is fighting in NYC again. March 15th. Will Zepeda and Maxie Hughes. Now, Floyd Schofield is supposed to be on that card. Excuse me. But I wouldn't be surprised if Floyd Schofield moved to Ryan Garcia's undercard, April the 20th. Ryan Garcia fighting on April the 20th, whether it's with Devin Haney or not. That's his date. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't like really talking about money in people's pockets, but I have to say, like, you calling Devin and these guys the A side. I feel like if he A side for real, he wouldn't have to be fighting on a Golden Boy show. It'll be a Matchroom show or whatever show he is. Like his last fight, he dictated everything. The weight, I mean not the weight, but he dictated everything, right? You know, Regis had to come over there and holler at him. So it's like when you argue these points, then it's like this is talk about the fights being made, right? We can't even talk about how he got there. We can only talk about fights, the purses and the backstory of it, the politics of it, when fights don't happen. If the fight happened, it don't matter because we feel like Devin gonna watch Ryan Garcia regardless. But that narrative, like that's what we getting a lot of boxing fans. They be going crazy over that. To me, it don't really matter as long as they fight. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. Hopefully they can make that fight, man. I don't know. March 23rd, Dalton Smith versus Jose Zepeda. So that's like a crossroads fight because Zepeda, they trying to turn into a journeyman. I think Dalton Smith is like that. But he got to be, look, whenever you see a Mexican going to the UK, then your eyebrows should be raised. You should be looking at the betting lines and be like, okay, what's going to happen? Because the Mexicans be going crazy in the UK. They go crazy against those UK fighters. So, hey, y'all, you know what I'm saying? I would just stay tuned. Sandy Ryan versus Terry Harper. That's going to be a good fight. That's on that card. I spoke on Oscar Valdez card. Sinisa Estrada. Tim Zuma. So March is going to be good, too. March is good. April 6th, we got Hitchens versus Lamons. We talked about that. Pacheco on the card. We have a world title fight that day too. Batum Matazaliev versus Jack Koke. Vacant IBF title at 154 pounds. That's coming up. Hopefully they have some TV for that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. April. Let me see. April don't really got too much crazy shit. But May looking crazy. May is the May gonna have some big events. You know what I'm saying? Because you have Inoue versus Neri. That's May the 6th. You got Lomachenko versus Kambosos. That's a big event down in Australia. Then they rescheduled Tyson Fury and Usyk May the 18th. So yes, sir. Ortiz is a solid fighter. I think he's just an opponent to Tio though. They stepped down from Taylor. Shit, they got rid of all the good fighters though. They got rid of Barbosa. You like Barbosa? They got rid of him. They got rid of Jose Ramirez. Jose Ramirez and Taylor are basically on the same level, even though Taylor beat him, but that was a good fight. Barbosa, so shit, he had no other choice. They got Sandor Martin. Maybe they can run that back with him. I think Ortiz. So the thing with Ortiz, to me, I don't know. I think he gonna play the game with Teofimo. So if Teofimo clowning, he gonna try to clown. If Teofimo, you know what I'm saying, he gonna follow the lead instead of establish himself as the dominant fighter. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he would just accept that. Okay, Tio can just jab all night and counter punch. He can do that. What he gonna do to offset that? I feel like he just gonna go along with the script instead of going to take that shit. You know what I'm saying? So we'll have to see. We'll have to see. But it's coming up this week, so you know what I'm saying, we ain't gonna have long. So that's what it is. So boxing getting off to a good start, good schedule. Top Rank don't have nothing in April so far. So maybe I think they're gonna do a card. You know, normally Top Rank goes to like Oklahoma and Minnesota, those obscure places. So maybe they have a card like in April, like April 13th, something like that, with Jerry Anderson on the card. Somebody like that. I can see the FA, one of those heavyweights headliner. PBC. Now PBC, they real quiet about what they got going on. But to my knowledge, and what I've been hearing, they supposed to be coming back like sometime in April, maybe like the 20th or the 27th. But it's not gonna be a pay-per-view card. This is gonna be like a regular card, right? And I'm hearing Carlos Adames supposed to be on there. Maybe they throw Stanley Jones. Stanley Jones need to fight in the worst way. If anybody need a fight, it should be Stanley Jones. Like he should. I don't care if he gotta go back to Lithuania and have a fight, a 4-rounder. He need a fight for sure. But yeah, so what makes sense though is if PBC does a card the week before Canelo, because Canelo is May 4th. They do a card April 27th to build up that fight, build up the event. You know what I'm saying? I think that would be cool. You know what I'm saying? They can just do a lot of advertisement and stuff like that. So it's getting close to that time for the PBC. They're supposed to announce a schedule. So hopefully it comes pretty soon, but it's getting close to that time for Canelo to announce his fight and his opponent, you know what I'm saying, for May the 4th. It's getting about that time. You know what I'm saying? I would say at least, I think like in the next couple of weeks, they're going to be announcing that shit. Because I can see them announcing it like maybe next week or so, maybe next 2 weeks. They got to do a press tour, and then they can go, 8 weeks on a training camp. And 8 weeks is what? March the 2nd. So there it is. Isn't a good boxer. I'm not sure if he'll ever be a real champion. Maybe. I think he is a good boxer. I think Ryan is a good fighter, to be honest. He got a lot of flaws. He have flaws and shit, but I think he's a good boxer. World champion? I don't know. Real world champion? That may be a good question, though. But I think, I think Ryan is good enough to be a world champion, in my opinion. I kind of disagree. I think Ryan, he got a lot of talent. You know what I'm saying? He said, yeah, Barbosa bounce. He got a lot of talent. He just, I don't know if he applies it the way he needs to, but we'll see. We'll see. So, yeah, that's what it is, man. You guys don't got anything else? I'm about to roll out. I want to salute everybody coming through the building. Make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't. Listen to the playback. Feel free to drop a comment in the comment section. It's much appreciated. You guys can follow me on my social media, scroll across the bottom. Tap into the website as well, ldubsboxing.com. I'll be back tomorrow, 6 o'clock Pacific. We're going to talk about the upcoming fight week. We got a good fight week coming up. Teofimo is back. We got the Super Bowl weekend. Other than Teofimo, it's not really too crazy. I would have to say that. So let me calm down on the hype of it. But we got some good names and some solid fights for this upcoming week. I think it'll pick back up again next week because we got Shaqy Foster. And damn, we was gonna have the Undisputed, but it's all good. We still got some good fights for next week, so we're gonna cover all that stuff, man. Yes, sir. So y'all want to salute everybody coming through once again. If you need something behind the scenes, feel free to tap in as well. It's all good. Hit me behind the scenes. It's all good. So I'll leave you guys with that. Popularity is more. Yeah, maybe so. I agree with that one. But I think he's still talented. He can win a world title. It depends if he really wants to. You know what I'm saying? If he really wants to. He got the skills to give these guys a lot of problems, to me. Because of fast hands, quick reflexes, and he got one of the best left hooks in boxing. Is he ready to do it, though? That's the thing. Do we have the heart to do it and the mindset to do it? I don't know. I appreciate you, bro, coming through, man. I appreciate the content. Salute to you, bro. Appreciate you coming through, for sure. So, yeah, man, I'm going to tap in with you guys next time. I'm out.